the price of gas for several months. In January, the cost was $2.65. In February, the price had risen. Risen means it went up 56 cents. In March, it decreased, which means go down 23 cents. In April, it risen. In April, risen $1.02, and in May, it decreased by 48 cents. So, if you find the new price of gas, what would it be? $3. $3 what? 52. $3.52. It wants to know how much it changed from January to May. Well, on your test, I think it just wants to know the new amount. So you could have said, well, January to May, it changed. And you could have subtracted them to see how much it changed. But I think on your test, it just wants to know the new price. Mr. Blevins' basic cell phone rate each month is $34.99. Add to that the $7, it's just supposed to say $7.42 for voicemail and $3.67 for text messaging. This past month, Mr. Blevins spent an additional X dollars, we don't know how much, on long distance. His total bill was $90.58. So how do I find out how much his long distance was? If you add all this up, what do you get? $46.08 plus his long distance equals $90.58. How do I find his long distance?
Subtract 46.08 minus 90.58.
So how much did Mr. Blevins spend in long distance?
$44.50.
$44.50. It says 6 times x divided by 2 minus 6 is less than 12. I need to get x by itself, so I'm going to get rid of anything on that left side of the problem. What's the first thing I can get rid of? 6. Is it a positive 6 or negative 6? Negative 6, so I have to add it. So this cancels out, and you're left with 6 times x divided by 2 is less than 18. Now I can get rid of this divided by 2. How do I get rid of divided by 2?
Multiply by 2.
The opposite is multiply by 2. And then you're left with 6 times x is less than 36. So 6 times some number is less than 36. What if I don't know 6 times 6? How do I solve for x? Divide. X is less than 6. Number 4 says negative 2 times x, a positive 16, is less than 8. I want to get rid of 16 first, right? Because it's the number without a letter. How do I get rid of 16? So you're left with negative 2 times x less than negative 8. I have a negative number with my letter. Anytime I have a negative number with my letter, what do I know is going to happen to that sign? Okay, let's flip it. So this is negative 2 times x. So I say divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. X, flip your sign, 4. Ms. Miller rents a car from a company that charges her $50 every day, plus 12 cents every mile. The whole point of this is to make sure that you can write an equation and that you know that 12 cents is 0.12 and not 12 point, right? 12 point would be $12. Okay, it tells me what f of x is. It tells me what g of x is. And it says it wants you to take f of x and subtract g of x. Whoever's coming. So f of x, I have 6x to the third, negative 8x squared, a positive 4. And then g of x, I have 2x to the third, negative 4x to the second, or squared. I have a positive 8 and a negative 6x. Why did I put 8 underneath 4? one does not have a letter. 4 and 8 don't have letters, so they go underneath each other. What can I put up here? 0, or I can put 0x, right? So it wants me to subtract them. So each one of these should be a subtraction problem. So I have 4 separate subtraction problems there. What's 6 minus 2? And I have x to the third. Remember, you can only add or subtract like terms. These are like terms because they both have x cubed. What's negative 8 minus negative 4? Can I have minus and negative? So I have to keep, change, flip. What's negative 8 plus 4? Negative 4, and that has an x squared with it. What's 4 minus 8? And 0 minus negative 6. I have to keep, change, flip. And it's a positive 6x, right? So now I have to write it in the correct order. So my number with the biggest exponent goes first. My number with the next biggest exponent goes next. Then I have a 6 to the x. And then on the very end, I'm going to have my minus 4 because it doesn't have any variable. So this is how it would be written on your state test and on your quiz. Okay, it wants me to simplify. I'm just adding them. So I have 3x cubed. And then the second equation, what do I have that's got x cubed? Right, I have another 3x cubed, and I'm just adding them. I have a 2x squared. What do I have that's x squared in the next equation? Same thing, 2x squared. And then I have a 10. Do I have any plain numbers in the second equation? So I just put plus 0. And then the second equation has that 10x, but the first one doesn't. So what do I put up here? 0x. So I have 6x cubed. 2 plus 2 is 4x squared. I have a positive 10 and a positive 10x. Is it written in the right order? Is it in the right order? I need my biggest exponents down to my smallest. So I should have a positive 6x cubed, a positive 4x squared, then put my 10x, and then put my 10. It says solve, then graph. So I have 10, positive x is less than 8. I need x by itself, so how do I move 10 to the other side? Subtract 10, because it was a positive 10. So you're left with x is less than, what's 8 minus 10? And then if you graph it on your number line, negative 2 is circled. Is it going to be colored in?
No.
Because it's not equal to, right? It's just less than.
Yes.
And if you're shooting a deer, which way is your arrow going? Which way is that?
Left.
Left. So the first one I have x. Which way is my arrow going? Right, which is greater than. And is it colored in? Okay, and what do I write here?
4.
Okay, x. Which way is my arrow going? Is it colored in?
Yes.
And what goes here? Okay, for number 10, y'all all are going to have different answers. So tell me your favorite number.
3.
36.
3. 3 goes out with who first?
36.
And you want to add or subtract?
Subtract.
Subtract. And 3 goes out with who else?
36. 36.
36. So then you could solve it. 3 times 7 is,
21.
and 3 times negative 36 is, negative 108. And then you can solve it if you want, but make sure you know how to use the distributive property. Okay, 11. 20 times 4x gives you what? 20 times 4. 80. And there's an x. 20 times negative 2.
40.
Negative 40 equals 10x minus 5. I want to combine my like terms. So I need to move 10 to the left or 80 to the right.
10 to the left.
How do I move 10 to the left? Subtract. Earlier I had somebody say divide. I don't want to divide because that would break them apart. I want to keep 10 and x together. You add or subtract to move them to either side. So you're left with 70x. How do I move 40 to the right? Add 40. So same sign, add, different sign, subtract. What am I going to do?
Subtract.
So what's 40 minus 5?
35.
How do I break 70 and x apart? So x equals, what's 35 divided by 70?
0.5.
0.5. Okay, number 12. I look at my equation as two separate equations. One on the left, one on the right. Do I have any like terms on the left?
7 and 9.
And are they both positive?
Yes.
Same sign, add, different sign.
Subtract.
Okay, so they're both positive, so I'm going to add 9x plus 7x is
13.
Try again.
16.
16x, and then I have a negative 6. 16x, and then a negative 6. Are they the same thing?
Yes.
So it would be an infinite solution. Now, somebody said no solution. It would be no solution if they had, these were the same, but these numbers were different, then it would have been no solution. But if they're the exact same, it's infinite solution. Okay, the first thing I notice is that there's a parenthesis right here around the negative 4. What goes in front of that parenthesis? Oh, imaginary 1. So to get rid of the parenthesis, I would say 1 times negative 4. Which property is that? Distributive. So to get the first answer, I had to use the distributive property. Then I have 5 times 3, 5 times negative 4. Which property is that?
Distributive.
Distributive. Okay, and so then I said 10x plus 15x, and I wanted them to switch places. Which property says they can switch places? Commutative. So to get that answer, you did the commutative. Then you said 10 plus negative 20 gives you negative 10. How did you get negative 10 as an answer?
Subtract.
You subtracted 10 plus negative 20, or 10 minus 20 was subtraction. Then they said, well, 5 times 3, 5 times negative 2. Distributive. What property are we missing? Associative. So tomorrow on your quiz, if they have parentheses that are moving, right, all the numbers stay in the same order, just the parentheses move, that would be associative. So for 14, it says, a poster of the OU gymnastics team has a width of 6 centimeters less than 3 times the length. There's that less than. Where's it going to go? 6 centimeters less than 3 times the length. Says the frame around the poster is 44 centimeters. So if I'm going all the way around, am I finding the perimeter or the area? Perimeter. That's adding all my sides up, right? So I know this side plus this side plus this side plus this side has to give me 44. Do I know my length? It doesn't tell me, so I'm just going to have to put an L there. Well, if that's L, this is L. And these two sides have to be equal also. Then I have to add up all my L's. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 L's. And then I have a negative 6 and a negative 6. Same sign, add, different sign, subtract. Negative 12. How do I solve for 8L minus 12?
Divide 12. I'm going to add 12.
Add 12 to move it to the other side. So you're left with 8 times L equals 56. What number times L is 56?
7.
And if you don't know your times tables, you could have divided by 8, divided by 8, and 56 divided by 8 is 7. Then you can go back and plug L in for 7. So then you can plug L in for 7. So 7